I want to get into the nitty gritty.
Ooh.
But part of that is I want to talk about being a dad.
Okay.
Let's talk about it.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about being a dad.
Let's do it.
As the name of the show implies, is about fatherhood.
That's right.
It's not marriage world.
That's right. It's about dads.
It's about dads.
About dads.
So you guys had quite a journey to get pregnant.
Yeah.
You had quite a journey in pregnancy.
Yes.
And it's safe to say that your son is quite a little miracle.
Yeah, I would say that.
Let's dive in as deep as you want to go, as much as you want to start. You're a great storyteller, so I'm just going to give you the floor.
Hey, I learned it from the best.
Hey.
We tried to have a baby for a while, and for some reason, it just wasn't working. We had gone to doctors. We had figured out some stuff that may be the problem, but ultimately we had gotten it. Trying to have a baby ended up trying to be a chore, and for us, it was really taking a toll on us, right? So we looked into IVF, and it seemed like the miracle was going to work. So we did the IVF. We paid the money. We went in. We did the egg retrieval, and I always say litter. I don't know why, but in my litter, we had 3 boys and a girl. We did all the genetic testing, and everything. And the healthiest boy, we decided to try to implant first. And luckily he took, but yeah, we put in Braven, and I keep saying Braven, and then it's actually his middle name. Crazy enough, his first name is Derek.
That's right.
Named after our friend and mentor, at least mine. So Derek took, everything was fine. We going along with the pregnancy, everything's good. They start doing ultrasounds, and they're wondering why he's so small. He's just very tiny, and we can't, we're trying to figure out why. We found out that Stacy had a hemorrhage during somewhere in the pregnancy. And they say that almost 100% of the time, if the hemorrhage is bigger than the fetus, you're going to lose the fetus. And this it was bigger than Bubba. And he pulled through. I have no idea how. He was needy, and he took what he needed from her, and it really drained my wife. My wife, she had some medical problems. She had some cosmetic problems, hair, stuff like that. Just stuff I think that happens in most pregnancies, but I just feel like it was amplified with her for some reason. But we got through, we ended up doing testing, every other day. We'd have to go to the hospital, make sure everything's good.
How big was he when he was born?
4 pounds.
4 pounds.
Yeah, he was little, really little. And the scariest part is my wife's water broke. We ended up going to the hospital, and they said, well, it's a long way. You're not dilated. It's going to be a while. So our midwife, she said, okay, let's start the medicine to start, the birthing process or whatever. I'm not sure how it all works really. But they gave her a pill to induce the labor or whatever. And my wife's body wasn't in, I'm not sure if her body just couldn't take it or whatever, but it split I believe something to do with the umbilical cord or something. He wasn't getting any oxygen or any blood, or anything to him. And about 5 minutes prior to that, the doctor said, hey, why don't you go home and get the stuff or go get food or whatever? We're going to be here a while. Stacy was hungry. I went to go get food, and she called me hysterically in line. Something's wrong. They don't know what's going on. Something's wrong. We're going to lose the baby. Whew. So I ran. I mean, I've never driven that fast ever. So I got there, and as soon as I got there, the nurses are taking things out of my hands and putting me in a suit. They're like, we're rushing her to surgery now. We got to try to get the baby out. So, and it was too late for an epidural. So Stacy had to deal with all of this. Yeah, this pain. But she's a trooper. So they laid her down. They put, the tarp up so you can't see past, and the midwife is back there, and the baby hasn't breathed in a long time. And I'm kind of freaking out, but I'm not telling Stacy because I don't want her to freak out. And lo and behold, I hear him cry. They pulled him out. They cut her and pulled him out.
Yeah.
And he cries. And I just break, right? And I look back at Stacy to like kiss her and hug her, and her eyes had rolled back into her head. And she her heart started to go. Started to flatline a little bit. So my midwife grabbed the baby and ran him to the NICU because he's 4 pounds and they just ripped him out. And then they started working on my wife, and I'm standing there going, what do I do? Like, I got to help. I got to do something. But I can't. I'm not anybody. And then Stacy opened her eyes and she, and I fell. I just fell. So then I almost lost them both. That'd have been a rough day.
To the left and to the right.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Both ways. But they took the baby to the NICU. They weighed him. He was really, really malnourished and under, just because of the problem with the umbilical cord and the whatever that carries everything to him. But they both made it. Stacy came back. She was good.
They're back, baby.
She's back. So she kind of woke up. We've talked about that, but I don't think I've ever gone into that much detail with her, because she was just,
hopefully she's not going to watch this episode.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think she would.
Yeah.
No, she's too busy.